Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode AFC Northerners. Starting down the line.
Sam Schneider repping the Bengals in LA.
Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jan Davis Utah, Ravens.
Chris Atkins, Steelers guy.
And thankfully, I've got my frickin' jersey back.
Not for long.
Oh, shut up, all of you. Okay, so kicking on down to the Bengals.
The Bengals went to Buffalo to play against Rex Ryan's Bills. Really just ate them alive, man. It was 34-21. Against that vaunted front seven that I talked about last week. We grinded out 4 yards of carry between Jeremy Hill and Gio Bernard, who both also found the end zone. Andy Dalton, once again, no sacks, no interceptions. His offensive line was just flattening the defense. It was great. Andrew Whitworth now has gone 819 pass defending snaps without allowing a sack.
What?
Wow. That is Andy Dalton's blind side. That is the longest streak in the National Football League.
Wow.
So that was a really big thing. Andy was dropping dimes all day again. A couple really sweet circus jumps into the end zone by Jeremy Hill and Marvin Jones, who both did like cartwheels to get the ball across the line, which was super fun to watch. So, the Bills came out on their first possession, scored a touchdown. From then on, the game was never in doubt. We just pulled away the entire time. Complete team effort on offense and defense. So, looked great. Now we got a bye coming up to kind of relish it and then get back to business.
Rock on. Going to the Browns.
Nice. 26-23, overtime loss. Third week in a row, we've lost by 3.
And you had this one.
Yeah, we had it. We blew it at the end of regulation. We blew it in overtime.
I just want to say, I was in the car with him listening to the game, and I have never seen somebody go from 60 to 0 so quickly. It was literally like, I'm sitting there waiting for my game to start, and he's like, yeah, we're going to go, son of a bitch, you're stupid, freaking. Like, it was hilarious.
It was bad.
It's the life of an Ohio fan. I'm not even just going to say Cleveland because I've been there so many fucking times.
You know what I do want to say? We got away from the bubble screen. I said last week, we have to stick with the short passes. We got to use the bubble screen, the dump offs to the running back. We didn't do that. Could that be why we lost? I think so. Another reason why was Duke Johnson was taken back into the locker room in overtime. They were thinking about a possible concussion. He came back out. That's when we got to see the other running back.
Robert Turbin from
right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. He's new.
Well, he's been on the injured reserve or whatnot for the last 5 weeks.
Right.
So to see something like that, the guy came out. He didn't have a great yards per carry deal, but it was nice to see somebody else step up into the running back spot. The offensive line really needs to hold up. They got to limit the sacks. I know McCown's guilty of at least 2 of them, but the offensive line just can't let that defense just barrel through and get to them.
Yeah.
One other point, when we bring Jim Dre into the offense and we pull Barnridge off, we know what we're doing. We're going to run the fucking football. And if we're going to run the football, we need to keep Barnridge into the game with Jim Dre. That way it kind of throws the defense off.
That way they're not keying on somebody that way.
And that's pretty much what they did. As soon as they saw Dre in there, they knew we were going to run the whole way. We got away with running from the shotgun. It was just a bad coaching deal. I don't think it was players' fault. We had Manning on the run. I thought we were going to win it. I predicted we were going to win it last week. We just came up short again for the 3rd week in a row.
Are you ready for a QB change yet?
Honestly, you know what?
They might not have a backup QB pretty soon, right?
Johnny, we're hearing bad things, man. Get
real bad things.
You know, if his arm was as good at putting his girlfriend's head against the glass.
Oh, man.
All right.
I think I'm going to put my pen down and go home.
Moving on to the Ravens. Okay, Ravens Nation, let's have a conversation. There's nothing I can say that we all don't already know. We know. We're really bad at taking losses because we've had winning seasons, like playoff seasons. We are spoiled in that. So if anybody says, oh, you guys are whining, yeah, we're whining because we're used to winning. That isn't something. No, we won't. And here's why. one bad season doesn't make us the worst team of the 21st century.
Just this year.
Yeah, it's just this year. Now, that being said, we know what happened. We know that there was issues huddling up. We heard the press conference today from John Harbaugh. He explained things. I understand what he was saying. I think there's still, some coaching stuff there, and he took responsibility for that. But overall, while the season is probably a wash, that doesn't mean that the Ravens are a wash. So that being said, take the season for whatever it is. But if you bleed purple, you bleed purple. That being said, honestly, it was horrible play by the corners. We all know how bad that was.
Sharice wrong.
Oh, yeah. Sharice wrong. Oh my God, he was not right in any way, shape, or form. But getting burned for that 76-yarder by Torrey. Oh God, Torrey, I miss you so much. Anyway,
my own guy.
I know, and Anquan Bolden as well. Anyway, wrapping this up. Everybody already saw the game. Everybody knows what was wrong with the game. There's really no reason for me to talk and harp on things that we already know are the issue. But just. The faith is hard to keep right now. But again, it's probably a wash for the season. But we're still a team that can win. Maybe not this season. We're still a team that can win. That's my take. Moving on to Steelers.
Steelers fans out there, get pumped with me right now. I mean, we've been without Ben now for a couple weeks. We did take one loss there, but Mike Vick and now Landry Jones.
Landry Jones out of nowhere.
The new mayor of Pittsburgh.
Out of nowhere.
Wow. That game.
I mean, that's what I saw from him in college. That's why I was so excited when we drafted him. I was really disappointed in the offseason to not see him do so well. And, we brought Vic in. And
he's got a sweet 80s stash now, too.
Yeah.
See that thing?
I was actually disappointed when he took his helmet off and he had a beard, too. I thought he just had that stash.
I don't know who's got the better mug right now, Keisel or Jones. I have no idea. Who's more hipster?
Jones feeling it right now. I'm sure he's somewhere with a plaid shirt on, hanging out drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon or something. So everyone saw the game. Vic's out, Landry's in. Landry Jones, hats off to you, man. Everyone kind of counted you out. I'm sure all the Cardinal fans were stoked to see you come into the game until you started winging them to my man Bryant, who I told you guys a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out for Bryant.
Yep.
Watch out for Bryant. So a week off not a week off, but you find a way to contain Bell. Watch out. We're going to go over the top. Martavis Bryant blew up for 137 and 2 touchdowns in his first game this season. My man's in mid-season form in his first game.
Yeah.
Pretty happy about that. Carson Palmer's nightmare continues, saying that he had a bad pass against the Steelers before. It continues. Did you see Timmons' pick?
Oh, yeah.
That was abused.
Wow.
That was insane.
Made linebackers around the globe happy, proud seeing that. And I will say it was very interesting to see Peterson versus Brown up and down the field. Those guys are 2 of the elites in the league. It was nice to see those 2 go at it. I'm excited. I'm excited for this coming game. I think all good things are happening.
Awesome. It was that was a fun game to watch. All right, so now we're going to move on to previews. I know you got a bye, but
sure. Bengals are on a bye. The key things to know is we haven't really had many injuries this year. But in this game against the Bills, both Michael Johnson and Vinny Ray both went down with ankle injuries. Vinny actually got carted off. We were a little concerned about that. Looks like if we had a game this week, those 2 guys probably wouldn't be able to play. Thankfully, we got a bye, so we have an extra week, and they're saying they'll be good to go for Pittsburgh. The one other thing is everybody's waiting to see, are we going to activate Vontaze Burfict off the pup? We didn't have to do it this week because, frankly, we're not practicing. We don't go back to practice till Monday. But they have the opportunity to activate him on Monday, get him into practicing, see if he's ready for Pittsburgh. I think by all accounts right now, everybody says he looks great. He's in tip-top shape. The fact of the matter is he has not played a down of football in 361 days. So it's really hard to just kind of jump in. So I think, and our linebackers been playing pretty well. So I think Marvin's kind of taking that one day at a time.
Nice.
Moving
on to the Browns.
I will say I'm not too excited to see you guys coming off of bye.
Yeah,
right.
I wouldn't be
excited. I'm not excited about it.
It's gonna be a big game. Don't look past yours though.
All right. Cleveland goes to St. Louis. St. Louis is 2-3. Brownies are 2-4. St. Louis is actually coming off of a bye. They lost week 5 to Green Bay, 10-24. The guys to watch out for is Gurley, honestly. I think he's the only one that they have on offense.
Yeah.
3 games, the dude's averaging 105 a carry or 105 a game. They don't have a wide receiver who's over 200 yards. They do have a guy who has 3 touchdowns in Austin. Looks more like a red zone target type of dude to me. I don't see why the Browns can't win this. If we stick to the damn bubble screens, limit the fucking turnovers, mix the play call.
And on defense, always go like this.
Warning, Browns guy.
And on defense, we need to
make sure everybody's on sides.
11 guys on the field, not 12, not 10. It's got to be 11. Honestly, I think we really have a bounce back chance at this damn thing. Looking at the wins and losses and the scores for the St. Louis games, they seem to average about 10 points a contest. 24-10 seems to be the score that they seem to settle for. I don't think it's going to be that. I'm going to say 24-17 Cleveland.
24-17 Cleveland. Okay. All right, so Ravens going into Arizona territory. I have no good reason for what I'm about to say. This is just my gut feeling. I really don't. I'm prefacing this for this exact reason. I know that we have had a shit show of a season. It's been ridiculous. However, I think that I was hearing from some people that were there watching practice today. I was looking at the press conferences and stuff like that, and I saw a different Ravens team in the press conferences. I saw like a kind of a relaxed vibe, and it's not something I've really seen all season whenever players are talking, whenever people are telling me about how everything went. So it really was absolutely, it felt like a really different team that was talking to the press.
They're getting comfortable with losing.
Maybe it's over.
We talk about practice.
So exactly.
Not a game. Not a game.
Everybody's losing.
I know, and that's why I preface this whole thing. But here's the thing. I think that like if Jimmy Smith is able to like just come back to form, do his thing, and Sharice wrong becomes Sharice right, and it could be a fluke because it was against the 49ers and they had his number.
Listen, I give him a lot of shit, but also it's not like he had weeks and weeks of practice in this defensive scheme.
So I want to say that I'm actually I'm positive about this game going on the Cardinals, and I know everybody's going to probably hate on this, and that's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll own that. But I don't think we're going to lose this game. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be really, really close. I think it's going to be a 28-26 game. And the reason why is because I think that something after last week happened where literally everybody's like, all right, come on, let's get our shit together. If we can continue to have the offensive line that we do and the defensive backs can finally stop playing catch up, then honestly, I mean, other than what we got, Fitzgerald, he's their biggest threat. Like, if we can figure out a way to shut him down,
Brown,
and
Malcolm Floyd,
it's like they got
Chris Johnson.
They've got a lot of weapons, but I don't know. I have no good reason. I preface that, but I think that we could actually pull this out and actually have a win here. Again, 28-26 is what I'm predicting. I have no good reason for it.
Chris, was last week's game against Arizona, was that at home or was that at Arizona?
Pittsburgh.
That was in
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you got coming off a loss and
at
home. But,
no,
but your offense can score. We all know that. We all know the Ravens can score points.
But like, I literally have no good reason. It's just a gut feeling. Take it as you will. So Steelers, go for it.
All right, I'm going to start with dessert here. This is going to be 31-17. Here's why I think that.
Okay.
We have to contain Jamal Charles. I mean, that's the star there.
No, he's gone.
No, done.
He's done for the season.
He's done for the season.
Done for the season.
Okay. Well,
so you got to contain Charkandrick West and Niall Davis.
Yeah,
if we can stop those guys, Alex Smith will find a way to lose this game. He will find a way. He'll discover something. And what I'm super excited about is that my defense is back. I mean, they're back from summer vacation. They took an extended vacation this year until about week 4 of the season. Mm-hmm. Here they are. And we're also rapidly climbing the power rankings because we're winning without our quarterback. I mean, that's very rare in this league to be able to come in with a second and third stringer and win games. And we're doing that. I think we're going to take this one before Ben comes back, and I think we're going to be sitting pretty when he does.
So what was the prediction one more time?
31-17.
31-17. All right, awesome. Okay, Well, guys, that is it for us. Make sure you check out one of our really, really good friends. He has a website, superfanstyle.com. Superfanstyle.com. If you go online right now and type in the code all lowercase AFC North 2020, you're going to get 20% off your first purchase. He's got a lot of great Ravens stuff for you Ravens fans. It's mostly Ravens based, I will admit that. It's new stuff is coming out for him. But again, if you're a Ravens fan, you want some badass shirts, he's got a really great one on there for the current season. Go on superfanstyle.com, AFC North 20, buy a shirt. It's awesome stuff. It's really cool designs. And we are going to sign off as we always do here at AFC Northerners with...
Fuck the Patriots!
We'll see you next Thursday.